Well, one thing what I did was I touched on this. This is the maps. This will actually, you can zoom, if you look this, you can zoom in closer or you can zoom out, showing the different areas. This is actually different calls within one small parameter where we're heading to. So we not only have an official request, we have a vicious call and a couple of loose stray calls. So with using this map, we can actually see that we have multiple calls within just a couple of blocks of each other. So hopefully upon running one, we can complete several of the calls at the same time. So this is actually very beneficial to us when we're in the field, and it comes in handy to be able to be more productive and try to run as many calls as we can within a certain time frame. Like this call right here, this was actually a vicious complaint that came in from the post office stating that the dog was showing aggressive natures and trying to chase the mailman. Well, upon trying to get near him, of course, he showed the behavior that he's used to running, which means he's used to getting in and out of that backyard, being able to find every loophole, access, and everything to be able to maneuver himself away from us to where we can't capture him. There are going to be the times, either because of aggressive behavior or because of the animal's nature and being able to escape and elude us, that we have to use an option of tranquilization. And tranquilization is just a sedation, which will help slow the dog down. I mean, it's not going to hurt him or cause any type of injury or anything, but what it's going to do, it's going to slow him down, make him a little groggy, a little bit sleepy, which makes him easier for us to capture. And of course, anytime that we do have to sedate an animal for whatever reason, we do take them in for the vet staff to do an evaluation on, to make sure that everything's okay and that there's no complications from that. But it is a means that sometimes we do have to use to be able to get the animal captured.
On this one, upon arrival, we did find a dog loose. The dog actually had went from one yard to another yard. We were advised by a citizen within that area that the dog may have lived at a specific house. So we, of course, attempted to make contact with the individual at this residence. Unfortunately, the individual was not exactly very cooperative, didn't want to come outside the house, didn't want to speak with us after a couple of seconds. So unfortunately, in this situation, it made it more difficult for us to resolve the problem. Versus talking to them, having their assistance to get their animal confined, we unfortunately had to go on our own to an animal that did not want to cooperate at all. This dog didn't know us, didn't know how to respond or react to us, which made the situation worse. So unfortunately, the animal, knowing that it had been running loose for a period of time, knew where to go, knew how to get away from us. So this actually made this call last longer than it should have, put more stress on the animal than it should have. We try to make this as easy as possible, less stressful on the people and less stressful on the animals.